Ben, tough outcome tonight, obviously. Before we get to some of the specifics of the fight, it was a fantastic fight. Just talk us through how things went down from your perspective.
Yeah, I mean, kind of as we planned. There's a couple positions I would like to get to, like a Muay Thai clinch more often. He was able to stay out of that. But I was landing the punches I wanted to land. I was landing my uppercut really well. And then I was getting takedowns. I think I ended up with 4 or 5 takedowns, I believe. And then I made a really bad decision. I remember, thinking I won the first 2 rounds, which, who knows what the judges say, right? They're crazy. I felt like I won the first 2 rounds. And, when I got reversed in the 3rd round, I said, I looked at the clock, and there was a little over a minute left, and I thought, okay, I got to get the reversal to win this round. And we had obviously trained so much back in camp, and I'm a really good jiu-jitsu guy, and I was, I guess, overconfident, right? I guess there's a reason he's the best grappler in the division, possibly in MMA ever. And, I was fairly confident when I went for that. I was going to get the reversal, and I didn't. I failed, and obviously that was the outcome.
Were you surprised early on in the fight that he was wanting to keep it on the feet and really using kind of that anti-clinch and kind of keeping you off of him?
Well, I think he knew he couldn't get the takedown, right? That's his strategy everywhere. And I think he also knew if he went for the takedown, I was going to suck a lot of energy out of him, and I was going to probably end up in some advantageous positions. So no, I wasn't shocked. I was kind of prepared for that, and like I said, I would have liked to have been able to kind of get my Thai clinch, which he was able to keep me off him. But I was happy with my striking. I cut him 2 or 3 times and landed some really hard punches. And then, when I did go for the takedowns, I got all of the takedowns pretty successfully. Like I said, one bad decision, and at this level, the one bad decision is enough for a failed outcome.
Do go home with that fight of the night bonus, small consolation, but it's some consolation. And Ben, you're someone that the fans always want to see fight. It's a tough question to ask right now, but how quickly would you like to get back in there, if that's even a thought in your mind right now?
I don't know. I mean, I gotta go home and sit down and talk about it and think about it. I've obviously had a really busy year. It was fantastic. Even coming into this fight, obviously I'm thinking, okay, who am I going to go after next? Who am I going to call out? And when I look at the division, it was like, everybody's busy. Like the call out tonight was going to be hard because there's no one that makes a whole lot of sense right away. So, with that being said, I'll just probably sit and wait for a second and see what happens.
Can't wait to see.
All right, thanks so much, Laura T. What are your thoughts? You know him well.
My thought is that Ben has always been gracious in defeat or victory. The thing about Ben, what I was looking at her, yelling and screaming, if he would have thrown an overhand right and got his head offline, he would have been able to access the right leg of Damian Maia. If he would have thrown a shovel uppercut and got his head offline, he would have avoided those punches. He would have got close to the front leg, which from a southpaw is going to be his right leg. Getting to the back leg of Damian Maia is very difficult. And when you go back there, it's a huge risk that you have to take. And I think that when you go forward with your head down and you're trying to go for those strikes, you put yourself in jeopardy. And in this position, as I said before, Ben likes to put himself in harm's way because he knows and he's confident at getting out of it. This time he didn't get out of it. I think he'll go back home. I think he'll look at the film, and I don't think he'll get back on the horse.
Well, and speaking of getting into harm's way, that's the whole thing, right? Because when you fought Damian, you knew exactly what you wanted to avoid. And the whole point was that we wanted to see these two get together and go to those dangerous places.
I was prepared. When I fought Damian Maia, I was definitely prepared to have him behind my back and trying to, put a rear naked choke in or trying to sweep me, get to a half guard. And we work extensively on so many worst-case scenarios. But it's a reason why he has 251 attempts and only 65 takedowns.
Successful.
When you look in wrestling, that may look like a skewed number. It may look like he has way more attempts than actually than the actual takedown. But this is not wrestling. You're not scoring 2 points. So if he takes 10 takedown attempts to get 1, it only takes him 1. The same thing with Khabib. It may only take him 1. So he has that persistence. So that's why I think he tried to take me down nearly 30 times. And even though my labrum was torn out of my body, I knew that I did not want to be on the mat like Ben was at, like Matt Brown, like Carlos Condit, like all these people that are known to be high-level fighters. They've all suffered from defeat from that.